Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Horn of the Abyss. We're here in the Forged in Fire campaign, clearing the whites, gathering the gold, as Wynona here, the Forest Ranger, has been, unfortunately for her skills, dumped into exploring the oceans instead, because, you know, why not? We'll inspect the jettisoned cargo and salvage the ore, the only piece that's not spoiled by seawater. We've got some sort of cove-looking area here. Perhaps we might be able to clear this. There's also some cyclopes here. I believe we do have expert forgetfulness now, so we could probably handle the cyclopes and gather the gold. We do need some gold after all. Is it worth stopping? The answer is not yet, because, you know, thanks to the expert navigation we have, we can explore a considerable distance before having to stop. There's also a lighthouse here, which could be even more useful for boosting our speed. Oh, actually, speaking of people, I've only just noticed this pink Thelius here. He's a decent-looking hero. There's some solid troops here. It'd be a challenging fight for Wynona to defeat this particular character. Not impossible, but this is something to keep in mind. I suspect this quest guard is going to unleash this man upon the world after a certain time. So we should be wary of this and prepare. A swarm of Corsairs. That's many Corsairs. As much as I like the idea of a lighthouse, that seems difficult. So we don't have access to this Keymaster. I'm glad we've had this is working. But hey. A sea chest containing nothing. There's a nice little highland area, and to this day it's still my favourite terrain that the HotA team have added. It's very pretty. I don't think this is remotely plausible, is it? I mean, we can try. I mean, auto combat vaguely wins. What happens if we unleash the forgetfulness? It's only going to last 3 turns, however. So let's allow the enemy to approach using their legs. Oh, they're giving us a wide berth. So about we approach like here. We definitely want to keep our engineers far away from these men. Alright, okay, we can get a good stab off with the automatons. That's a nice stab. And that's a nice stab. Oh, but then they stab back? No stab backs, pirates. Let's try that again. Okay, this might be more possible than initially thought, but we do need to use the magic of forgetfulness. Once you've forgotten, everything will be okay. I think the way to turn was a good idea. Let's move these engineers into the top left-hand corner so we can use them later to capture a structure. And then we'll defend using the Juggernauts here. Actually, these are Dreadnoughts. Juggernauts are the upgraded version. So we're going to use this to snipe the Sea Dog. Oh, not quite. A Sea Dog lives. Good puppy. Now we'll slow them. There we are. So now we'll head up and hit these Corsairs. Although we could actually just backtrack and let them approach one more time. Can anything else actually attack me? Yes, in theory they could. Let's backtrack this turn. We'll do a wait turn on the engineers. And as for these Dreadnoughts, let's position ourselves here. Okay, we've got a nice heat ray lined up there. Okay, yeah, so we can't use the engineers to eliminate the Corsairs, but we might be able to do something sneaky next turn. Do we bless? We do. Oh, blessings. Excellent. So now we can just easily torch these Corsairs, have a nice death, and then we do the heat ray. Psst. Oh, look at that. We defeated the doggies. And now we learn skills like this advanced offense and this expert offense. Oh, how much experience have we gained here today? Let's move on, shall we? Oh, that's right, the Chaos Hydras. Am I using the right boots? Shockingly, I am. Bet you're impressed. Alright, let's attack the Chaos Hydras. How hard could it be? Apparently not that hard. Especially because we're here on this nice magical plane with the underground rainbows. We have even the rainbow feathered serpent. How appropriate. Let's start combat and start slowing, shall we? Now these organic dreadnoughts are even slower. We'll position our coattles here so they'll attract the attention of the hydras. And then we could start shooting things once they approach us. There we go. Look at that. Excellent. It's fish in a barrel, isn't it? So let's dive in there, devour and destroy. And we'll fly back with the coattles. We'll dig back with the sandworms. And it's once again just shooting things with gun. And there we are. The Chaos Hydras are no problem here. So we have a white monolith one-way entrance. I don't know if we know where that leads. It could be dangerous. Let's explore elsewhere for the time being, shall we? We have here a mineral spring. That seems exciting. We'll engage and destroy the harpy hags, and then sip from this mineral spring, giving us additional movement points. The magic planes lead to even more Chaos Hydras, and chaos is power. Alright, let's start the combat. We'll slow the enemy, and then we'll lure the enemy down here. And everyone else can just wait. Yeah. It's not a problem. We'll use our grenades and our guns. Yeah, we should be able to pounce upon this enemy, no problem. And the coattles can now move back here. Now we can hold off there. Everyone else can just wait. Excellent. So, we'll shoot you with the grenades. We'll shoot you with gun. You can actually, like, basically do that on your own. It's kind of impressive. That being said, the Chaos Hydras do deal some damage. Shall I risk it? Oh yes, I shall. But the Orgoi Korkoi strike down the Chaos Hydras, only losing a fraction of their health. Yeah, 18 damage from the Chaos Hydra. So much for chaos. The forces of chaos have no place here. We should be able to use our ranged damage to dispatch this enemy. And we have. The Chaos Hydra's defeated, and now Henrietta's a level 22 mercenary. Excellent. We're a gun for hire, that's for sure. Let's grab the Charm of Eclipse. While messing around with a curious trinket you managed to trade something equally unneeded for at a peddler, you find that, although it's made of metal, it doesn't reflect the sun's rays, but rather absorbs them readily. Yes, this will decrease the power of enemy heroes by 10% during combat. And will we remember the booties? Here's even more booties, so I can have multiple people not remembering boots. That sounds fun. Anything you want to do at Backwater? Probably not. Yeah, these heroes weren't particularly exciting, were they? I mean, we could still upgrade things. But we're not in any rush. Let's end turn. We'll steal away this lighthouse. And now our ships will move even further each individual turn. Okay. What's blocking... Oh, the reed grass is blocking our progress. Oh, no, the crystals. But first, the boot swap. Now, I believe there are hotkeys for this whole thing. We'll get the other... So I believe, like... So let's try this. So if I do Control 1 on the keyboard, I get an angry beep. If I do this and Control 2... Okay, I obviously need to look up those hotkeys. There is a way to do this properly, so you can then, like, use control groups to swap between them, like it's an RTS or something. Obviously, though, I don't have the right hotkeys, so let's avoid the game beeping at me. There's yet another monolith here. I want to sort of explore the area and then check out the correct monolith. So let's head up to this location. And then we'll swap over the boots now. Excellent. The enemy is moving, but so are we. Here's a quest card, for instance. We'll gather up the various chests. What's this quest card? The way to the monolith is blocked by something akin to a gargantuan fish trap, woven from ropes as thick as small trees. Nearby some Nyx, tall lizard-like creatures, looking only vaguely like the reptilians that inhabit these islands, are scurrying aboard the floating platforms. You call out to one, and he shouts back.
We've set a trap for sea serpents. This portal leads somewhere to the subterranean seas, and we're sure they'll swim through here every now and then. That's where we'll capture them. What do you mean, what do we want the serpents for? Haven't you heard the prophecy? The true prince of our people is about to return to the world. Per our ancient custom, we must welcome him with a proper ceremony. We will take him on a voyage across the 6 seas in a driftwood boat drawn by 6 powerful reptiles. No, we don't even want to hear about getting out of here, unless you personally catch the sea serpents for us. Good luck to you.
Oh dear, the Nyx. They require the sea serpents. Let's press on, shall we? There's this shipwreck here, and this derelict ship that we missed. What loot am I leaving behind? Oh no, we can't lose the engineer. That would be terrible. So let us instead not lose the engineer, I guess. Stand in the corner. We just lost the engineer anyway. We're not doing that. No. There we go. Much better. Let us grab our prize. So I've noticed the angel feather arrows here, which are an interesting artifact. This particular island doesn't have too much else of note, but the angel feather arrows are interesting for someone like Henrietta, who's using a lot of ranged troops. There's also a trident of Dominion here hidden in these trees. Could be interesting. Money. Excellent. So Henrietta, booty swap. Excellent. Let's grab the mineral spring and the various loot. And now we'll head on around to this location, where there is yet more Chaos Hydras, maybe? There's another quest card. What do you have to say for yourself? You notice several koalas in large cages. Most likely the Gnoll chieftain you've seen at the sacrificial altar has the key to the door. The key you found of the Gnoll fits all the cages. Would you like to open them? Yes. Yes, I will. Thank you. The koalas appear to be in no hurry to get anywhere, and they pay precious little attention to you. You have heard that the lizardmen of Talmanak's tribe were able to tame these creatures with the help of magic crystals. Perhaps you could do it too. We need 20 crystals to tame these beasts. Are there any further crystals nearby? Perhaps there's some crystals there, actually. That will be quite useful. There's also a gold mine, which we'll definitely want. So let's swap in the boots of speed and turn. As we can see now, Wynona's movement is significant across the water. Let us continue. We have a shipwreck here. More money. Excellent. Some chests. There's a dark blue border gate, which would lead to this Mudshire place, and the man with 1,000,000 basilisks. The Beholder's Sanctuary is an interesting destination. Actually, then I'm going to grab this vial of mana. It's a decent time for it. We do need some mana. And a suspicious blue bottle sitting in the water. I mean, why not, right? You get hold of the vial, but are disappointed to see it lacking any message. There's only water inside. Surprisingly fresh, so. That Z should be an S. Okay. Let's grab the sea chest. That's replenished Wynona's mana quite well though, so that's good. Let's do the booty swap, because underneath this magic plains is still swamp. Alright. Well, there's a crystal cavern. That's going to be useful. So this is not quite enough, but we'll grab the crystal cavern now, which we almost could just do effortlessly, frankly, but... I'll check something in a moment. I think I turned off my tactics. Yes, I think I did. Well. I think we could just get through this with a bless. Yeah. Excellent. The Crystal Cavern is ours. In 2 days we shall have sufficient resources for Tim, the Seer of Cages. Okay. We'll also then come back and grab the gold mine at that time as well. There's a throng of Crusaders. And... yeah, I have tactics. Did I turn it off? Yeah, I turned it off. Oops. If you ever turn off your tactics, that's how you turn it back on. Okay, let's go deal with the Crusaders. Let's not run it down. Oh, we should just be able to wait for a turn. There we go. Ah! That was a bad shot. And the enemy is defeated. The crusade for gems is over. Let's swap back our booties. Excellent. It's month of the locust. And time is running out. Let's grab the money and proceed. Sooner or later, these enemies will be allowed to break free of their quest guard chains and attack us. We must be prepared for such an eventuality. But first, we shall grab sea barrels. And there's 2 crystal. That's very useful. There's a sea chest. There's another shipwreck. More money. Excellent. Another sea chest. There's dragonflies. This is annoying. We won't pursue them because they'll just murder some engineers. We will attack the Beholder's Sanctuary, however. We issue a wonderful forgetfulness. We'll then attack the enemy using the power of gun. Actually, we don't have gun, but we do have mechanical claws. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Let's now strike this enemy with the power of fist. Ah, yes. That's science. Oh, yes. Your turn. Then, another punch to the brain. There we go. We could get advanced air magic. That sounds most tempting. And we have an inexhaustible cart of ore. Ah, ore. Well, this will prove to be a minor economic benefit over time. This person seems a bit suspicious, doesn't they? Doesn't she? Some genie woman. There's a garrison here, guarded with all manner of monstrosities, but the shipwrecks are of interest. After all, there are more resources that can be gained from such places. The throng of Master Genies could prove to be a minorly challenging fight, but we'll manage. What about here? Henrietta, of course, will equip her boots. Boots made for walking. And then head back to Tim the Seer. Hi, Tim. The magic of the coatls has lured... of the crystals, rather, has lured several coatls. Do you wish to take them with you? Yes. We now have 7 rainbow-feathered serpents. Quite nice. Let's now attack the ice elementals. We shall engage and pursue them. And next turn we'll claim this gold mine. Excellent indeed. Very well. Let's proceed. So when do the enemy unleash upon the world? That's the question we're asking ourselves here today. But first, genies apparently are difficult. We want to do a nice mass slow here. This may be difficult. Let's have them approach me in a orderly fashion. Because things like anti-magic are going to negate some of the shenanigans we're trying to pull. But currently they're just buffing things like crazy. Let's wait for them to use all their buffs, shall we? How many casts do you have left? Because what I can just do is mass dispel. Ah yes, look at that. I shall now use the heat ray. We probably need to run, though. Considering they're going to get the initiative next turn. My engineers are not in a good way. Okay, apparently we got away with it. We're going to have to slow. Let's now... I kind of need a hit and run here of the automatons, because I'm only going to get one repair. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't actually have the ability to repair the engineers this turn. I'm going to have to move slightly closer. Okay, we can heat ray again, though. Which will allow me to attack without retaliation, which is nice. There we go. Into the corner. Heat ray over here. Well, time to dispel. Let's not have any of that nonsense, thank you. Yeah, this is where it all goes wrong. I think we had a plan. Let's try this again, shall we? Like, while they're over there, they're not threatening, so... Now, I've got 4 power, so that's something to consider. So probably what we'll want to do at some point is haste the engineers and so on, but because I'm having to constantly dispel, my own buffs are going to be dispelled too. This is concerning. So let's have the engineers remain in a defensive stance, and we'll press forward with the Dreadnought. Here's good. I think Dispel can't be used on things with anti-magic. So if I Dispel now... No, that works. So let's run in here now. We'll wait. We'll laser beams. Excellent. That was a good, solid death ray. Yeah, this is the problem now is they're splitting their damage. Alright, well, here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to load the battle save. We're going to rearrange our army slightly differently. So we're going to split our engineers into 2 stacks. Notice how this automatically makes the auto-combat do a better job, but we're going to still try our best. But we'll now get 2 heals, which is a significant amount of repair. Alright, let's now march forward with the Dreadnought. Present it as a target. Defend again. Let's make sure we deal with the these guys at the top here. The engineers should be able to handle that. Excellent. So let's now drop out a Dispel now. That'll, you know, deter them from their various repairing shenanigans. Well, repairing shenanigans. That might make them do a round of spellcasting again, is what I'm trying to say. So, do you want to do a heat ray? Just move into a better position. Let's just move. Oh, now the engineers are getting hammered. Yeah, that's not good. Retreat again. There's going to need to be some careful positioning. Oh, yes. These are tempting targets for the enemy. We'll do a mass slow first. They don't have any Dispel yet, so that helps. So we'll wait on you. You girls can just stand back. So now they're just spellcasting. Defend. So we're going to Dispel now. So that's made them move forward. So now we can Dispel again. So let's strike now. I want to make sure that we can get close enough to the automaton to repair it. So we'll hold off on this turn, though. Excellent. Okay, so I want the Dreadnought to shoot first and clear some of these enemies. Let's also slow now. That's solid. Let's defend this turn. Which means we should be able to, if I haste the Dreadnought, we can do another Death Beam. We'll then wait here. Excellent, that's what we needed to do. So we can repair that. We're not going to be able to repair it completely. We're going to lose some Dreadnoughts. That's unfortunate. We don't have enough repair. And we don't have Clone to get another repair out. That's a problem. Can we do better than this? 5 Dreadnoughts is a lot to lose. I mean, it is like a good 200 dudes. Even so. We can do better. So let's slow. It's been a while since I've had a little bit of a challenging fight. So we want to lure some of the enemies in different directions, but obviously not too far because we still want them to not hit our engineers. So you can step forward, please, and present yourself also as a tempting target. A target, as some might say. Alright, we'll do a mass dispel. I think you can probably run and hide. So we'll wait here. You can do the Death Beam. Excellent. You just cross the map. Do you have haste on you? You do. Nope. Feels like a little bit like I'm just trying to cheese it. But what is single player Heroes of Might and Magic if you're not trying to cheese it? Alright, let's lure the enemy closer to the Dreadnought. That's going to be the key. Just keep an eye out for any haste that might get cast. We'll cast Shield. If we're going to keep some buffs up, we can play it cool for a while, prevent some damage. That was a frenzy, but we can now do a Death Beam. Ah yes. So far we haven't had any haste. We'll do a Stone Skin. Buffing up seems to have helped so far. We mainly need the one repair. Oh, the random haste from across the universe! Oh my goodness! Like, they were fine until random haste from across the universe kicked in. Alright. I did like, however, the piling towards the bottom strategy. So we're going to do that again. Honestly, probably only one engineer needs to remain down here. Cast shield, head down here. Let's blast him. Nice. We could probably have you run away for dear life as well. Shall we cast another spell? Let's cast Stone Skin. Let's blast him with a Heat Ray. Oh yes, a nice triple kill. Excellent. Probably need to start thinking about hasting this engineer. Because if I blast here, this person's only got one hit left in him. And we could probably... we can't do it with you, but we can slow you again. So now you can't chase me. And then we can kill you with this. There we go. What a journey, but we defeated the genies, and we gained expert air magic and advanced logistics. And we got away with it with no one dead. Apart from the enemy, but they are fine. We can get them dead. There's a Pandora's box here, which is always interesting. You know, this is a good point to call it a video. Thank you for watching. When we come back next time, more Heroes of Might and Magic 3.